I hear that you're very practical.
Well, yes, half of me is, yes.
Yeah. And I would just like to hear from you. What is spirituality to you, and how do you involve that in your life?
Spirituality to me is about how we are all connected. There's not a division to me. Spirituality for me personally, which is a daily, it's a way of life. And on a daily basis, I have a practice that I have to do just for me personally. But I know that when I'm living from here, and that's daily work, where it's about forgiveness and love and watching how I talk, the words that I come out of my mouth, how I treat people, what I'm putting out there, is what I'm saying inspiring? Is it uplifting? Am I doing better, doing good? That to me is living a spiritual life, because it's rich and it has legs. And then I'm of service, because I want to wake up every day and know that I'm growing and elevating, and that I'm making more light on this planet. That's what I want to do. I want to plug into a light source, and I want to spread it. And every single day there's fear and there's anxiety and there's all this stuff going on, but I have to have tools that I don't want to plug into that vibrational frequency. That there's nothing there for me. I've lived it and it doesn't serve me. So for me, spirituality are these daily tools, and we all have so many right now, where we plug into that vibration, because that's what we need on our planet right now. We need to raise the light. We need to remember our power. We need to recenter and know that we are magnetic light beams, and let's raise it on up, because we need that right now more than ever, personally. That's what I feel. Long-winded answer on spirituality.
No, it's a fantastic answer, and I figured I would get something like that, because you seem to be very concrete and practical, and it's beautiful to live that.
It is. I am who I am. You know what I mean? It is what it is, and for me, I'm here to. I think Mother Earth needed a breath. And I want to be a shepherd of bringing us back to the energy of the earth. It's what we all connect with. We all have our feet on her, and we need to honor that, and we need to respect, because she doesn't need us. Last time I checked, we need her.
That is very true. Especially now, it's so nice to hear all the words talking about the environment that's actually being better during this crisis of pandemic.
Yes, this is all, it's a journey. Us humans, we're at a fork in the road, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes humanity, we might have caused this, but we could also heal it too. We could also rectify it. We are able to. I just think, it's a great time to be on the earth right now, because we can create active change.
Yes.
As a collective. Yeah. So yes.
Totally agree. It's another breath for Mother Earth as well.
Oh yeah. Look at how she responded. Yeah. Look at how she responded, and the beauty that we all needed to remember. And I love that for me personally, I've noticed in our family, we're going back to simplicity, the things that really matter. Taking the time, having a conversation, eating dinner together, looking at somebody in the eyes and say, this is what I'm feeling. Hey, what's going on? A lot of fears coming up for people. But what's interesting about this time, there's nowhere to run. And that might be a good thing, because the more we deal and let it come out, then we heal. The healing journey is not all rainbows and unicorns. It takes work. It takes diligence. But the other side is really rich. But we have to show up, and we have to take ownership, and we have to do the work. I think that for me personally, I just feel that that's, at least here at Energy Muse, what I want to get the word out is that it's not always easy when you're doing this journey. It's not, but we have tools that we can navigate it. You go through the tunnel and you get through the light, but you got to do the work. Nobody can do it for you. Believe me, if there's someone who could do it for you, I would have found them already.
I'm sure. Yeah, no, this is a personal journey for everyone to find your inner strength.
Yes.
So, what about your family? Are you grown up with siblings?
Yeah, I have a 19-year-old who is doing online school. I also have a 12-year-old who's also doing online school. And my husband, you know, we're all here. We are all here and we're navigating it. And some days are awesome. And some days I'm saging the house, like first thing in the morning, bam. And I got the mantras going on and I'm clearing the energetic environment inside because you have to. I mean, you do. So, yeah.
It's just work in progress. You have to do what's best for the moment, right? It
is. And I know, you know, a lot of us talk about living in the now. We're living it. We are living in the now. And so,
and that's
a good thing.
Nowhere else to go.
Yeah. So there it is.
Oh, that's true. So, what was your first encounter with spirituality and also crystals? Do you remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My first encounter was, I was selling high-end real estate at the time. And I walked by I would think it'd be called a spiritual shop as of now. And I looked in the window and there was like oils and soaps. And I was like, what is this place? And I was hesitant. I was like this most of the time. And finally, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go in. And I walked in and they had all these crystals in the store. And I'd never seen a store like this. So I walked over and I said, what is this? And the woman said, this is an amethyst. And I said, oh, wow. And I said, tell me more. And she goes, it comes from Brazil. And right there for me, I'm a traveler. So I was like, whoa, this comes from Brazil. And I was almost as if I was holding Brazil in my hand. Like it was this rock that came from Brazil and it was purple and it was beautiful. And I loved it because it was pretty. I'm going to be honest. It was sparkly and it was beautiful and it came from another country. And it was just, and she said, it helps with intuition. And I said, I don't know what you're talking about. And she said, well, intuition. So my first connection with the mineral world and crystals had nothing to do with what I'm into now. Okay. I bought it. It was pretty. I took it home. And then what I found is that I was sneaking away from my job to go to this little store and look at these crystals that came from different parts of the world. So I started collecting, probably like many people do, like we all do when you go to a beach or a park and you collect pebbles as they're treasures. Mm-hmm. But what happened was they drew me in, and if you are into crystals and you know anything about it, there's something about them. They draw you in, they suck you in, they want more, they want you to touch them and feel them and be around them. And at that time, I was really into it, and so I called this woman who lived in Hawaii, and I said, I see you have a book, and I would like to know if you would teach me more about crystals. And she said, I will, but you're going to have to fly here. And I said, okay, well, when? And she said, well, when can you come? And I said, well, I could come next week. So I flew to Hawaii, to the Big Island, and I stayed there and I studied with her for about I would say a week. And she taught me about laying crystals on the body and feeling them. And for me at that time, feeling was a feeling, oh, wow, this thing could make me feel grounded. I started learning about myself and I started going deeper within myself and I started changing, and it was simple. And it was just because of this. At that time, it wasn't some neurology program or reprogramming of a cellular level and all that stuff that's cool out there now. It was just bam, crystals on my body. I felt good. I felt connected. I felt more centered. I started making better decisions. And that's how my journey started. It was very simple. And it has evolved through the years. But I think at the end of the day with crystals, it's real simple. You touch them, you have them around, you lay them on your body. Ta-da, it is. It's a very, Mother Earth, she's got it. She's like, she keeps it simple. She knows what's up. We don't need to reinvent the formula. So, but my gift is I work with them every day. So I know how they affect our energy fields and how we can use them to clear our energy fields, how we can use them as tools to help us let go of stuff we don't need anymore, and has tools to bring things into our life. But once again, we are the main source. I don't look at them as outside of me as creating my life. I don't look as a crystal as, here, my life, you're going to do this. I look at it as a tool to help me get centered in what I want to create.
To strengthen your purpose, strengthen
our purpose, strengthen our will, strengthen our minds.
So
all
it's
of
like
that.
a charger, kind of. It charges whatever you're doing at the moment.
Of course. Yeah, which is why every ancient civilization since the beginning of time, if you look at it, have used crystals in some way. Every ancient civilization. And if you look at even the civilization we're in now, LCD screens, liquid crystal display. You look at what is fueling our planet, a chip. What is the main component? Silicon dioxide. Bam, quartz crystal. Look at the top lasers right now on our planet. What are they made of? Look at what Apple was going to do as their screen. It was going to be with sapphires. So there's something, the minerals of the earth, they've been here a lot longer than we have. So for us as humans to think that that there's not something there in the wisdom of this molecular structure, I think that would be silly for us not to plug into that.
Silly is the word.
Yes. Yes.
Very true. So, what would you say about the crystal fascination around the world today? I mean, I have my idea of what's going on here in Sweden with crystals and stuff, but where is it heading, do you think? What do you see? Can you see a trend here?
Oh, yeah, 100%. On a very deep level, I think on a soul level, I think there's more of an attraction to the earth because we need to pay attention to the earth. And I definitely know in cities, because we do a lot of our business comes out in New York and these cities where people maybe don't have as much nature around them readily. So bringing a crystal into their environment is almost bringing the energy of nature. But for us to heal something, we have to know it exists. You know what I'm saying? For us to be like, oh, whoa, we got to watch our planet here. We've got to take a look at what's going on below our feet and the waters and the sky and the air. So on a soul level, I think we're being attracted to the energy of the earth because it's this healing modality. It's calling humanity to reconnect to our planet, to reconnect to ourselves through the energy of the earth as a reconnection point. Once again, every civilization, Ayurvedic, you look into the Egyptians, they were using the energy of the earth as a healing point and also as a daily component. So I personally feel it's helping us to reconnect. We got to get it together. We're here, okay? Time is of the essence now for us, really.
Very true. But do you also see that the interest in crystals are increasing?
Oh yeah, the interest in crystals are definitely increasing. And, many of the crystals come out of a big show called the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show. So, and people come from all over the world and that's where a lot of people buy their minerals for the year. It'll be interesting to see. So what we're seeing is how will import and exports be handled with our minerals and with the crystals and getting them they come from all over the world, and all the crystals from Brazil feel different from crystals from Africa, they all hold different frequencies. So it'll definitely be interesting to see. But yes, more than ever, people are being called because they are feeling that they need support. They are feeling they want something more than what's happening, and they're going back to their roots on a cellular level. Like, oh, hey, this isn't about intellect anymore and what somebody's telling me. This is about, oh, I just feel it's good. That's why with kids, they get crystals, and all these kids, They don't have anyone that's trying to tell them, now this is what it's for, and here's the science behind it. They're like, no, I just like that one, and it feels good, and I want one. And they're educating their parents because they just know. They haven't been taught or programmed differently. They get it. So I love kids because they're so simple and they're so easy and they're so on point. We really need to listen to them more. And the animals, the dogs, if you have dogs and cats, they get crystals and whatever. They'll lay down to certain ones. Some they'll have on their body, some they don't like. They get it. They get it. They resonate to it. We just,
I'm going to try that. I have both.
You must. Most, what I find most animals like this one, selenite, is a healer for it. And you can put it, like if you have animals on there where they sleep or near it, they gravitate to it. They love it because it's like a beam of light. It's a beam of light. I
have a dog that's actually a little bit unstable, and especially in meeting with other dogs, and also when seeing all what's happening outside our house. So she's very worried.
Yes.
Do you have an idea of what kind of crystal I should?
Oh yeah. So I like to use selenite, and if there's a couple crystals that every human should have, is this one. It's selenite, because what happens is I look at it as a beam of light. And if you look this up, it is in NASA did a 1-hour special on this. I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a mine that is in Mexico, and they found this crystal, I believe 4 miles down in the earth, but they were the size of redwood trees. And NASA got down there and like, say what? What's going on here? We didn't know about this. Bam, it's a form of gypsum. So if you are more into science and the technicalities, please look it up. It's a 1-hour documentary. But what you do is you cleanse your energy. And only by trying it and doing it will you know how different you'll feel. So what I do over my dog, when they get with my dog, is I'll clear their energy, and I'll just visualize, and I'll do this. So I would suggest you doing this as well, just over their body, and they'll sit there, and it's almost like they like it. They know, and you are almost clearing their field of energy, and they calm down, and then just place this by them. You'll find that when they rest, they'll gravitate resting towards this because they just feel the energy of it. It's a healing stone.
Oh, I have to try this.
Yeah. Well, and once again, with all this, even if you don't believe in this stuff, try it. And then if it doesn't work, you don't have to do it again. That's what's so awesome about it. I'm someone like, question things, do your own research. Don't ever just take anything verbatim. Go deeper, try it, and try it for a few days and see what happens. And if you get a result and it's working for you, then continue. If not, don't do it again. It's really not, it's not so hard. Really.
And it's not a big deal. You can just
It's not.
No.
It's not. And selenite is very affordable. It's not a huge financial investment as well. So, you know, it's okay.
Yeah, definitely. I would make sure that we have those in store when we launch the book.
Oh, yeah. Yes, yes.
Yeah.